Scott, injury report.
Here's what I'm going to tell you with all the injuries. I'm going to only tell you the long-term ones.
Got it.
Okay? If someone's out long-term, like Loney's been out, Dom's obviously out, because we got guys dinged up every weekend, but I won't know. Those guys I know.
So no one else long-term starters?
Not right now. Not as of today.
How important is it for guys, Moran kind of just talked about, he's got the same thing. I think every hockey team has this right now. Players that are day-to-day and dinged up. How important is it for everyone to be flexible and be able to play with anyone, no matter who they're lined up with this time of year? Because you don't always know who's going to be in and out of the lineup.
It shouldn't really matter at any point in the year who plays with who, right? You got to make sure you're ready to play and do your job. That's all we ask any time. It doesn't matter who you're playing with. So, but there are some guys getting put into some different positions that, you know, whether it's penalty kill, right, situations that maybe haven't done a lot of it, maybe a power play, but that's why practice is important, you know. You prepare yourself through practice. Now, I'm not going to say players are prepared for penalty kill if they haven't done it a lot, but a lot of our guys do, because even if they're not true penalty killers, they're killing against our power play units, so they're getting some, but now it's probably more detailed. So.
It's important to be adaptable throughout the game. I mean, you guys went through it this weekend in Kalamazoo. Jack Smith was gone for a good portion of the second period, Matt Perkins in the first period. How do you feel the guys adapted those situations? I thought they did great. They did well.
Yeah, they did real well. It was a good weekend for us. I mean, it's a tough building to win in. I thought we played really well. I thought we had a good start to Saturday. Our second period wasn't super, and they were the better team, but it was still 2-2 because Matty played great. And they finally had a lead, 3 minutes left in the series. So if you'd have told me that going in there, that we were in a position, like I told our guys, going into the third period, you got a position to get 6 points on the road in a tough building. I'll take that anywhere we play, but we were in that position. Unfortunately, it didn't happen because, again, it goes back to details, right? Tight games, details. Face-off detail. No, it wasn't even about the loss because it bounced off the guy's stick. It was getting through, blocking shots. Happens.
Jack Smith, what have you seen out of him this season? And that third period on Friday, I thought was incredible when coming back.
Yeah, he's growing, you know, again. There's another guy that didn't play a lot of hockey, you know, and again, I think he's starting to find a little more offensive confidence. I mean, he's always been a hard worker. I think defensively, getting better, like down low. There's still some areas that we're working with him, but I'm excited to see where he can go offensively. Like, he was a really good offensive player coming out of high school, and then some of the injuries kind of decimated that, and he got put in different roles in junior hockey and missed a lot of time, obviously, even the year before he got here. So you lose a little bit of that confidence, and you lose a little bit of that, but it's starting to come back a little bit. You just see it, you know, and the more that he produces in games, that's going to be good for him. Obviously great for us, but good for him.
How important is it, especially this time of year, the number of guys that you're missing, to manage the rest of recovery, which is important, but there's also things that you want to work on?
It gets tough, you know, but you just got to move ahead. And like I said, there's some guys probably over the last 2 days that were put in some positions that maybe we didn't expect them to be in, but because of someone being out and we got to practice, or even today you throw another guy in there just in case, right? So they're getting some reps. So yeah, it's hard, and you know, especially with lines. I mean, our line's been juggled for a long time. Some of it's been our doing as a coaching staff, trying to find right things that work, and some of it's been, you know, injuries, and so it's all part of it, right? You guys should be excited, like I said. I mean, nobody's sitting out. You should be excited about playing, but no, I was proud of our team last weekend. You know, going in there a little bit shorthanded and playing against a really good hockey team and playing good hockey. I think our last 2 weekends we've done a lot of really good things, right? And they're 2 splits against good teams, and that's our league. And we got another one coming in here this weekend. So.
Their power play was 30% going in, they go over 8. I know Matty was a big part of that, but you know, I think about, you know, Smith and Gino especially. They felt like they gave you some real quality and even a couple of scoring chances shorthanded. What would you think of the work
I thought our D were willing to block shots. And Matty was good. That's a huge thing. When you have your D willing to sacrifice, because they were getting a lot of flank shots, and they were either getting pieces of it, getting in the lanes, or eating it. And that's what you need to win. That's what you need to win.
Your power play got off to such a hot start this season.
Mhm.
You lost some pieces there, but what have you seen from that group in terms of what they need to do to be successful?
Well, we scored 3 on the weekend, right? But it feels like it was worse, right? You know, I mean, the end numbers are good, but entries are not good for us. Our breakouts, our entries are not connected. When we start in the zone off a face-off and possession, like Stever's goal 3 seconds in, we're usually pretty good. We're having some problems coming in together. We're disconnected there. Again, working on it, but again, then there's different pieces that have been in there too, and there hasn't been. Some of it's a chemistry, some of it is the bodies. But again, to me, power play, anybody can play anywhere. Right? Again, it's the same when we're talking 5-on-5, right? If you're on a power play, everybody should know if you're in a bumper, if you're down low, if you get caught up high, you know, it's always possession before position. But that's affected it too, but some of it's just execution. I mean, sometimes we're running good routes, we just don't execute, right? So we've got to get better there, and we may could sit here and say face-offs, you know, but even those 2 power plays, we started basically with possession, right? We didn't have to enter the zone, and that's been a struggle. So, got to keep working on it. And we got new guys this week, so, I mean, I don't want to use that as an excuse because all these guys have been on a power play. We just got to make sure we're running good routes, make sure we're running consistent routes, make sure we're executing, make sure we know if we don't have these plays, what we're doing next. You know, I think sometimes you try and force plays, but there's no question it's been, that part of it's hurt us. We've chased a lot of pucks if we don't start with a face-off win.
What did you like about Will Hayes?
What's that?
What did you like about Will?
Well, he's comfortable there. You know what? I mean, he's, I think I said this to Matt and Bruce, like he looks very comfortable there. I mean, he's played down low a lot. I mean, he's played there before, but he's not afraid of that part of it, right? Playing down low defensively. So I thought he did a great job. I thought he had a good weekend. He's going to stay there, obviously, and hopefully he keeps growing there too. The more he plays there, but I just thought he looked comfortable.
From all the series, did you feel like this was one of the lowest performances that you guys could put out?
As far as a complete the weekend, I liked our Friday game, and I liked parts of Saturday. I didn't like probably the last 40 minutes Saturday, probably the last 35 after we didn't get any momentum off the major. I thought they were the better team. I think the shot showed that. I think we were on our heels, and Matty Thiessen was our savior, and he kept us in the game right to the 3-minute mark. So, but, you know, we weren't satisfied with just winning Friday. I mean, we came out and we knew they'd be ready to play, and we capitalized in a couple. We had the lead. I mean, it's, you know, unfortunately, we didn't extend that lead, and that's been an issue with us too all year. Like 2-1, can't get it to 3-1, 3-1, can't get it to 4-1, 2-0, can't get it to 3-0. Just those are situations that, you know, if we could extend leads, maybe it makes the game a little easier or a little bit more out of reach for those teams, because that team can score. Like you could be up 4 goals. There's certain teams you're like, you got to play right to the buzzer because things can change quickly. So.
Was there anything that impressed you most or something different that you've seen this past week?
No, I thought some of the things I've seen over the last few games is just, I like our responses after goals, right? And we had another one that got disallowed Saturday, Cleven's goal, but that's good. The importance of shifts after goals. I haven't liked giving up goals late in the period like we did. I always seem to give one up a goal or two late in Western Michigan. But I've liked that part of it. The next shift going out and It's not even just about scoring, it's trying to shift the momentum, getting a puck in, but we've capitalized on a shift or two later, when another team has scored, so that's a good sign.
We've talked about how guys have stepped up on the ice when it comes to roster changes.
What's that?
We've talked about how
Yep.
guys have had to step up on the ice
Mhm.
when it comes to roster changes. Has there been anybody you see grow into more of a leader as all of these changes have happened?
No, I don't know so much grow as a leader, I just, again, when there's guys that are out of your lineup, we just expect guys to be ready to go and fulfill that, right? Like, to me, that's on them for, again, preparing and being ready and having good practices and, not hanging their lip and pouting and not being ready, right? And just preparing yourself. Like, it's not just those guys, it's everybody. Like, practice every week is about preparation. The unfortunate thing for us is sometimes I think guys get complacent because we don't have guys pushing guys. There's that internal competition that's really, really critical. And that's hard to manage when you don't have guys pushing each other, right? So the expectation is when you're going into our lineup that you're going to go do the job we're asking you to do, and you're going to help this team win games by doing what you need to do. And if you don't do that, then to me, they either weren't ready or that's on them. Like, we're going to give you the opportunity. And I think there's some guys that have taken advantage of that a little bit. I still think there's some guys that, like right now, we need every guy. We need every guy to know how to kill. We need every guy to possibly know how to be on a power play for the last 20 seconds. We need to know what they're doing 5-on-5, 4-on-4, everything. You have to know, and if they don't, and they're not asking questions, then that's an issue, right? But you have to be prepared. And that's hopefully what all these guys are doing.
Talk about Miami this week. What are some of the biggest threats that they have that you guys are prepping for?
Well, they're a big, heavy team. Like, it's, to me, I don't look at records. I'm still a mystery to me why they are where they are. And you know what? They've got some really good players. Like, in their building, we weren't ready to play one night, and it was 2-0 in the first two shifts. And again, you want to play chase hockey, I don't care who you're playing, it's tough. We've got to be ready to play like we were on Friday at Western. We need to start that game on time, and we've got to play with good intensity and jam and stay out of the box. And again, it's no different. Like every game, they don't play like Western does. I mean, Western doesn't play like North Dakota. Everybody's different, but they're a good hockey team, and if you don't approach it that way, and plus they're below us. We want to keep them there, right? I mean, these are 6 big points. Like, and we're still, our goal is to try and get home ice. And we play a lot of teams, coming up here that are obviously very difficult schedule, but we got to find a way to get points and hopefully get some help, so. No big challenges that are any different than anybody else in our league, If you're not prepared to play, you don't have the right mental approach, you won't win. You won't win.
I feel there's like a sense of confidence building now that you beat a ranked team in Colorado College, you beat a ranked team in Western Michigan.
It has nothing to do with ranked teams. Like, we've played some pretty good hockey, if you guys haven't watched, for probably 2 months, right? Wins haven't shown up. In our since December, we've gotten points in every weekend of our league. We had a split against 2 good teams in Milwaukee. We've split a lot, but that's not uncommon. So, and I think we're doing it with a lot of different guys. Like, it's hard. Like, there's teams that don't go through injuries, some teams don't, and you have that chemistry and you have that growing, right? Do I think we should have some confidence? We've played well. I mean, our goalies have played well, and some individuals have played well. Now, collectively, do we need to be better? Absolutely. I'll say that till the last game of the year. So that's a question you have to ask our guys. I think we've done some really good things. You know what? I don't always go by wins and losses. I go by what we need to do to win games. There's probably one area I'd like to see us take care of the puck better. I think we still turn the puck over too much. And I don't care who you're playing. It's not a good recipe, right? So.
Thanks, Scott.
Good, yep.
Thanks, Scott.
Mhm.
been this season with the amount of guys you've had coming in and out of the lineup? Heck, Evans in a game was up, Jack, and Matty Perkins missed some time during games this weekend. How important is it for everyone's versatility, whether it's 5-on-5, 4-on-4, power play, penalty kill, that anyone can kind of step in and do anything at this point of the year?
Yeah, at this point, anybody has a role. It's for the taking. So as long as we just keep having that kind of, I'm going to take your job attitude almost. Like, hopefully it doesn't come with injuries, but those are inevitable right now for our group. So everybody's in the lineup, and we just got to keep pushing forward.
How do you build chemistry on things like the power play? Lucky your teams, there's not many of them in hockey at this time of year that haven't had some sort of injury or changes to their lineup, but lucky your teams probably have power play units that have been together all year. You guys haven't been as fortunate with guys coming in out of the lineup. How do you kind of build chemistry on those groups when you have different guys coming in and out?
Yeah, I think the power play just comes down to execution. As soon as you know where you're supposed to be, it's kind of just playing off of your teammates. And then, honestly, in a power play too, like if your role is screening the goalie net front, like you're just staying there and letting someone like Quinny or P.O. or me to get the puck on net. So it's kind of just like if you have your role to fill it and play off your teammates.
Your rule's pretty simple. You go to the circle and get cranked up and wait for the puck to come.
Yeah, that's it.
Have you found yourself though as things are changing and evolving with the lineup that you've kind of had to adapt to other roles and positions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Power play, especially as teams like to love to key on you.
Yeah, I think like you look at our power play, like I think our end zone has been really good, but then sometimes we've been struggling with breakouts, getting the puck in the zone. And that's obviously a first step, but like as for losing Dom earlier in the season, his kind of big thing was being able to get his speed and then just take the puck in all on his own because he had that speed. So losing him obviously hurts. Like maybe we wouldn't have that problem if he was in the lineup. But yeah, figuring out new ways to adapt and set us up for success.
Are you surprised how much you got the puck in that favorite spot in the circle this year?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, even against Western Michigan, I remember Matteo Constantini came up to me after the game. He's like, our coach literally just tells us to sit on you in that spot, and it somehow still goes in. So it's kind of funny. I just try and get a puck through.
What was your mentality after last year? You scored 21 as a freshman. There's some question about whether or not that's repeatable. And so far, as a sophomore, you've done everything you can to repeat that success. So what was the attitude like after last year's success, trying to do it again now this year?
Yeah, I mean, nothing changes. I think I keep my game pretty simple. I hope that my teammates see me as a simple, short shifts, get the puck on net kind of player. Because even though I feel like I can produce and have success, like I also like to set the next line up for success. And that's kind of what we've been preaching to our team too, is taking short shifts, because a fresh line in the offensive zone is a lot better than a tired line in the defensive zone.
Collectively, as a whole, this past weekend, what did you like from this series, especially that Friday game you just watched?
Yeah.
You guys really just put out a performance.
Yeah, Friday game was awesome. A lot of secondary scoring, a lot of guys just playing hungry, and even Saturday game, Western had a little more domination in their game, but I think we still played a solid game, and if that goal doesn't get called off, it was offsides, but say it doesn't get called off, Clevin scored a really nice goal in the slot to go up 3-2. Like there's stuff to build off of there. Like 6 goals out of a lot of different goal scorers is pretty good for us.
What's going through your head? That was like a 6-minute review. Obviously, Bruce and I are annoyed because we just want to get out of the rink to go watch the Packers. But let's be honest, that's why Bruce and I were annoyed. For you guys, what's going through your head on that Clevin goal? Because it was.
Yeah.
I was watching the review, like the video. It's close.
It's close. I think like even LJ on the bench was like, yeah, it hit me. So like, if the refs can see it, it's offsides.
Okay.
But our kind of thought was like maybe they didn't. If it's goal on the ice, maybe they don't have the angles. But I mean, either way, it's
How do you guys stay focused during those longer views?
Yeah,
I
if-
think that's also, it looked like you guys had seized momentum at that point,
yeah.
and then we paused.
That's happened to us a lot. It's happened to us a lot this year. It happened in Milwaukee against Northeastern. We were up, however what in the glass, got messed up, and they went out and scored right away. It happened here, glass in the far corner. I think Colorado College came out and scored right away after it. Like I just think it's happened a lot. I think our team we thrive on momentum, which is good, but I also think when we theoretically lose momentum just off of little lulls in the game, like we could definitely get better at just keeping our game simple and powering through those moments.
How much do you feel you've improved, especially 5-on-5? It feels like you're being more relied on in all situations. You know, it doesn't matter what the score is; they'll put you on the ice if it's your turn.
Yeah, I think that's important to me. I have a must-win mentality, and I take full responsibility for my game when I'm out on the ice. And if I get scored on when I'm out on the ice, like it doesn't feel good, and I play for the zero just as much as trying to put the puck in the net. So I really take pride in that, being able to play in all positions, because I think just my mentality, I want to be a winner, and I'm competitive. So I'd hope that coach sees that the more I'm on the ice, that we can win.
Scott mentioned that despite the results maybe not being what you wanted the last 2 months, he's been pretty happy overall with the quality of play. And even in that 8-game winless streak, I think you had flashes of really good hockey, even though the results weren't showing. What's the attitude been like for the guys in the room through a tough results-based season as you get into the stretch right now?
Yeah, there was a lot of learning in that 8-game winless streak, but I think I saw a tweet from Bruce saying that in the last 10 games, I don't know how many games it was, we hadn't gone a game without a point in NCHC. So I think there's stuff to build on that too. There's positives there. Even though we have games say against Colorado College where we're up 2-0, or say against West we're up 2-0, and we'd love to win in regulation, it's still important to us to get points, and our goal right now as a group is to get home ice. I think it's possible. We just need a couple sweeps or a couple splits with some good hockey teams.
Shouldn't be reading Bruce's Twitter.
No, I read it. I read it. I read it. I either take it to heart or I agree with them. It's but I read them.
It's not the hockey stuff. Other teams goes on throughout.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah, it's huge. We just got to be right on the bench, stay mentally focused in the game, and we prepare for that all week, just being prepared to be put in any situation by Coach Sandlin. So it's just staying ready and knowing that your name can be called at any point.
As a freshman, still learning things, figuring out the system, how do you kind of learn these different roles as you start taking on bigger responsibilities?
You know, just learning.
As well?
Yeah, just learning from the guys above me, just seniors and juniors and even sophomores. You know, just seeing how they do things and how they carry themselves around the rink, and just seeing the way they take care of their bodies and what they do outside the rink. And so just really leaning on them and just learning from them.
How different is it for some of you guys? I think every one of you guys, Coach kind of mentioned too, you're the top players on your teams coming in here. So you have experience on power plays, doing all of it. And then maybe you come here and you're not in all those roles at the start. How do you kind of adapt? Are you sitting there a lot watching and observing, throughout the year to try and pick up on different things? Or?
Yeah, you're always watching, even in not even power play and penalty kill, just in 5-on-5. Just the guys that you just watch them practice, see the little things you can pick up on and to help your game and better your game for the team. So just always watching and wanting to get better is something that each one of us do. And so not even that, if you're not on power play or penalty kill, we all want to get better and help the team win. So I think everyone picks up, just watches each other's details throughout the game and what to do on and off the ice, for sure.
Who are some of the guys that you've seen, wow, he can really step into any and all roles? Anyone stand out to you?
For power play penalty kill?
Power
or
play,
just
penalty kill, the 4-on-4, 5 I look at Luke Lowe, how he mixes between wing and center here. Joey Pierce
Yeah.
and defense this year. Guys like that.
Yeah, Blake Biondi too. He's been playing wing and center, and but I think when everyone comes to college, you've always played center and wing growing up, and as a forward, and so you're really being able to, if you got stuck there or put there by coach, you're going to be able to play there. So I don't think there's anyone in particular, but there's guys that on our team this year have been played wing and center. So yeah, credit to them, because that's huge, and centers are very important in the D zone, and you have to play defense before you get to go offense. So it's a lot of credit to them.
Miami this weekend, just thinking back to December, and slow start Friday, but after that you got back in that game quickly, and then Saturday holding on to win late. Maybe some lessons from that weekend that you can use here 6 weeks later.
Yeah, for sure. Just coming into the weekend ready to play. No matter the team that comes in here, we don't know. We might have taken them easy right away, but no, every team in this league can win, and any night against any team. So just coming in mentally prepared and knowing that you just got to play your game to win. So I think that's what we've been building on this week for going into against Miami.
And specifically, what are their threats, that they can bring to you guys that you are focusing on to come out with the sweep?
Yeah, we've been right now this week we've been light on bodies, so we've just been really focused on special teams, power play, and penalty kills. So I think that if we can use those to our advantage really well, we can come out with the sweep.
Even as freshmen, you know the expectations of this program, and I think Scott makes it pretty clear that moral victories aren't big in his book. But he said today that you've been playing pretty good hockey despite the results maybe not being what you wanted in the last 2 months or so. As a group, have you noticed that you're trending in the right direction, even though maybe you're a goal short here and there?
Yeah, for sure. When we all come to Duluth to win, you don't come here as a losing program. The expectations are really high, but as a group, I feel like we're getting there. Each day, we just feel better as a group, and we're getting more comfortable playing with each other. Yeah, we've just started to all buy in, and we've had a lot of talks within the locker room, and so I think those are starting to pay off, and that we're really coming together as a group.
Has that been driven by the older guys?
Honestly, everybody. We've had younger guys speak up and talk, and older guys and coaches, and so I think it's all been a group collective, and so yeah, it's been really good.
You and Jack Smith have developed quite the chemistry in the penalty kill. What's worked for the two of you?
Just knowing each other on the ice, we have a really good communication. It's been really well. We just kind of know where each other are, and he kind of feeds my speed, and he's good on the draw, so we can just use that to each other's advantage to, first kill the penalty and then maybe use it to some offense.
How would you describe your style of play?
Hard-nosed, fast, not afraid to get into it, but I like to score goals. Shot first mentality for sure, but yeah, just playing the game the right way, using my body and my frame to my advantage. Even though I'm smaller, undersized, but I feel like strong and that I can get to the hard nose and get to the net.
You enjoy on the PK, the green light going on those forechecks?
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite part. I love that. I love the PK more than anything. It's my favorite part of like going out there and playing.
What's the key in those situations, though, so that you can go, try and disrupt, maybe get a steal or something like that, or even just slow up and mix up their, zone entry, but then still being able to get back and do your job there?
Just relying on my legs. I know that if I do get caught a little bit, I'm able to get back in the D zone pretty quick. So just relying on my speed and being able. And I'm thankful for the coaches. They trust me that they tell me I can go. So yeah, just relying on my speed for sure.
Do you have the green light on the PK to do that on every time you're out there, or is it just certain situations? Anytime except when the D's like stalled behind the net. But every other time I get to go. So the D's just parking behind the
Yeah.
net there, then let them sit back.
Yeah, but I still sometimes go.
The goal you scored on Friday, I'm trying to think back to some of the other goals this year. The speed that you have and the release that you have, do you feel like you get on top of goalies really quickly with your shot and your speed? Is that a combination that makes it tough to deal with? I feel like a lot of your goals have come when you feeling that full speed.
Yeah, for sure. And even sometimes I get going too fast or I'm not able to, get the shot I want. So I've also been working on in practice, when I get to the scoring area, slowing down and just seeing where it's open in the net. My coaches have really helped me do that this year. But, yeah, for sure, just using my quick burst to get to the scoring area and trying to just shoot. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Bruce, who are you talking to?